Hey guys, this is Alan Duan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Wanted to share a little with you guys about who I am if you don't know me already, whether personally or if you haven't seen some of my other content in different places on the internet. So currently, what I do, I own a mid-term rental and short-term rental property management company here in Los Angeles. That's kind of a mouthful. Essentially, we do property management for furnished rentals. That's opposed to traditional long-term unfurnished, right? So people think often of Airbnb. That's kind of people think of Airbnb and short-term rentals synonymously, but we do manage short-term rentals as well as mid-term rentals, all furnished, different lengths of stay, and full-service property management is our business. Um, Kind of want to go back a little bit, my origin story. People often ask, how did I get started? How did I get to who I am today? And personally, I love, I'm a big nerd. If you can't tell from, this, I'm not going to say what it is, but if you can tell what that is, good job. But so I love superheroes stories and origin stories. So this is, a version of my origin story. So all things furnished rentals, really anything, all things real estate related. I got my start in 2017 with my friend when we started doing short-term rental arbitrage. I live in Los Angeles, SoCal, so we were specifically targeting the Disneyland crowd in Orange County near Anaheim, right? Kind of an obvious short-term rental market. 2017, short-term rental arbitrage. My friend got started. He got one, shared it with me basically. I caught the bug and said, let's do this together. Let's grow this, right? We started getting more units, just like the arbitrage game works. You get one, you try to get more, talk to the landlord, negotiate all of that. And we got, I believe it was about a year. I was working my W-2 at the time still, so really doing this on the side. And in about a year from when I joined my friend, we went from that one unit to 7 units. And that's when I made the decision to take the leap, right? A lot of us entrepreneurs think about or have done already. Quit my W-2, leave that, safety, security, and focus on growing this business. Essentially, if you've experienced this, I'm sure you know what it's like when you have that few units, the 7 units or less, you're doing a lot of the work yourself. Between me and my friend, we have some cleaners, of course, but it definitely felt like we were at a, for me at least, working W-2 and doing this business. I was at a limit where I couldn't really give more of myself to the business to make it grow without having more time, right? Hence, quitting the W-2. So 7 units. This was, let's see, August 2019. So right before, if you're kind of thinking about the timeline, very few months before the pandemic, August 2019, I made the leap, quit my W-2. With my extra time, we grew aggressively and we got 6 new leases, really all at the same time, onboarding them all within a month. So went from 7 units to 13 units, short-term rental arbitrage, and those 6 went live in January 2020. We had great plans for that year, especially once summer of 2020 came around, just because, vacation rentals, people travel more in the summer. We already knew from the past years that summer was our best, best time of the year. July specifically was always the peak. So, had high expectations for 2020 with our 13 arbitrage units. Of course, March 2020 comes, the pandemic. If any of you were in this business during that time, right? Really any business, right? During that time, you have your stories of how it affected you. Airbnb made their decision and their announcement that all bookings can be canceled for full refund for the guest, regardless of the host cancellation policy, right? So, of course, with the pandemic, and I don't remember exactly how it lined up, but also around the same time, Disneyland announced their closure, which was also a huge deal. I believe that they said only one time had Disney closed before in all their history, and it was for like maybe 2 or 3 days, like very short closure. So Disney closed, which is our main, guest avatar, and Airbnb allowed all the cancellation, full refund cancellations. So we started getting all the cancellation requests coming in on the Airbnb app, right? Mass cancellations, pretty much all of our all 13 units bookings canceled, understandably. But that was our pandemic story. I won't get into too long there, but we kind of crawled and kind of inched through the rest of 2020. Long story short, the beginning of 2021, we had to move all of our units out of the building, and which was quite an undertaking. We moved out 13 apartments in a month, put all the furniture in storage, And that's also around the time when I accidentally started doing mid-rentals as well as this property management slash co-hosting, right? Similar, but property management model. So when we lost all 13 of those arbitrage short-term rental units, we had two other properties that were mid-rentals and a semi-property management kind of situation. Different. It wasn't rental arbitrage. Essentially, I won't get too much, but essentially, we provided furniture, but then we charge a management fee for the owner, right? So it's almost like a mix of arbitrage and management. That's what worked for those clients at the time. So we lost all 13 short-term rental arbitrage units. We had two mid-term rental units. Funny thing, beginning of 2021, the phrase mid-term rental (MTR) wasn't really out yet. Wasn't really a thing yet. It was essentially a long Airbnb stay, right? It's like, this is an Airbnb that has to be 30 days or longer, right? There wasn't this term for it. I believe it was really maybe later 2021, definitely 2022, when the mid-term rental phrase and the idea really blew up online in the real estate space. So we kind of found ourselves accidentally in it out of necessity, as well as the changing conditions from the pandemic. And the past several years, we really locked in and focused on mid-term rental, or really property management, and mostly mid-term rentals because we're in SoCal, Los Angeles, where there's regulations. We do manage a few short-term rentals, but it just comes down to the property and how the property can be utilized, right, for that property and that client. To give you the idea, 2023 also, our total booking value was a little bit under 700,000. Rents in SoCal are much higher if you're not from here. So with 25 properties, reaching that number is easier in SoCal than a cheaper market, of course. So that's my story. How from when I started in this space to today. Our goal now with Hospy Homes is really, we're focused on providing full service property management for furnished rentals, right? Both mid-term rentals and short-term rentals, and really serving our clients, enabling our clients to, whether it's reach their investment goals with real estate investment goals, free up their time so they could pursue what's most important for them. And of course, and offer them this flexibility. Oftentimes clients like the flexibility of mid-term rentals because they might come use the property themselves, throughout the year and all that. I have, personally, I love real estate. I've also, over the years, have learned that I love the game of business. So my goal internally with Hospy Homes is to really bring these high-level business mindsets to mid-term rental property management, right? A mid-term rental property management company, and really treat it as a big business, not just a side thing, right? That someone might do. Yeah. So, when it comes to that, like, just kind of going into a little bit, and I'd love to share more about this in a future video. Some of our core values, of course, my core values individually before our business is a big one is provide value first. So if you found me through different websites where you see me answering questions, that's why I do that. Of course, for marketing purposes, it gets myself out there, but really I love helping people, right? So if someone has a question in this space, just because this happens to be what I know, I love to share what I know to help them reach their goals. And that's what, that's the core value for our business overall. Provide value first. That's, kind of a nutshell of my story. Shared it before elsewhere. This might be the first time I'm kind of putting it all in one package and kind of giving a longer version. But thank you again for checking me out online. If you guys have questions, please drop a comment. If you want to hear more, I'm going to have a lot more content coming down the pipe. Please subscribe, you'll get notifications for future content. And really, like I just mentioned, I want to provide something that you view as very valuable that will help you with your goals, help you achieve your dreams, all that jazz. So again, thank you.